Welcome in, one and all. Happy 2026. This is our very first Friday of January 2026. I'm Sonja, and these are the fellas, B, Strilla, and James JTrain Martin. Good evening, gentlemen, and again, Happy New Year to you and your families. Can y'all believe the holidays are over?
Thank God.
Yes, unfortunately. I mean,
Yeah.
look, I've been off work for almost a couple of weeks, and I'm dreading
Mhm.
going back in. But at the same time, it's good to get back to work and to start off 2026 and see what the year has in store.
Yeah, what about you, B?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of ready to get back to the grind, get some stuff done. I got a bunch of things that I want to get this year that I kind of put off last year. I need to get done. So um, I'm just trying to go into 2026 with a better positive mind and get stuff done, get
Absolutely.
together. So
I like that. Yeah, so classes are going to be starting for me 10 days from today, T minus 10 days. And we already have reading assignments that I plan on starting this weekend with the transition over to the second semester of school. And so I too have been off and been gone. And so thank you guys for holding it down in my absence. I just realized when we did the show last week that I was literally gone 2 weeks out of the month. And, once that's gone, that's like half the month. So this is our first episode. We appreciate everybody for all the support in 2025. We look forward to a productive and blessed 2026. And I kind of am like you, B. I'm just like, this is no resolutions for me. This is just being the best version of myself that I can be, or should I say the improved version? Because every
mhm.
year that we're still here, we get an opportunity to be better than the year before. So it's more like an advancement with no due date. So there's no due date on what I'm trying to get done. It's just all positivity and all love. And we share that with amongst ourselves and with all of you. So we got a lot to talk about. It's been a very busy week ending 2025 and started 2026. I mean, football galore. Of course, we'll transition over to NBA, baseball, what have you, as those seasons become a little bit more prominent in the news right now. So let's talk about CFP, guys. I saw some group chats. You guys know I was moving about. I saw some group chats that we're part of about CFP games. And I guess the biggest news, well, two big news, Georgia being upset. And not only them being upset, but the Canes also upsetting. And now I'm looking like they're going to be facing Ole Miss, guys. What were your thoughts on that game? All the games, all the bowls.
Well, looking at that 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 Miami game, it came down to the wire. It was a big surprise. I wasn't expecting Miami to take down Ohio State like that. I really, and I know A Train, if you're out there watching,
Bird, you need
you
to be
deserve.
on here. How about that?
He's watching from the shadows. And
Yeah,
so
he's
he's
hurt.
he's definitely not going to come on anytime soon. But
No, we'll see him in
What are they
2027.
teaching?
I
Mm,
really wasn't expecting an upset to occur. I'll be honest with you. I didn't pick OSU to get past the semifinals. I thought they would get beat by I think they would play Indiana or play them. I told you he's watching
mhm.
for sure. But I really thought Ohio State would get past this game. This really surprised me, and I'm pleasantly surprised because Miami is a team that I don't think anyone saw coming except Keith, our partner Keith. And I don't think he was just being a homer. I think they actually have some good, really good defense, and they have some good pieces on offense, and so they've shown some things that they can contend. I just don't see them moving in the next fight. Like you said, they're gonna be playing Ole Miss, and I think they have an opportunity to beat Ole Miss, but we'll see. Ole Miss is another surprise team that's just be considering the whole Lane Kiffin situation where the coach is no longer there. He
Right.
allowed his coaching staff to go there and keep the momentum going, and lo and behold, here they are, 39 to 34. They upset Georgia. And so another surprise. I didn't pick them to beat Georgia. I had Georgia winning this. And out of all the teams that had buys, Indiana's the only one left.
The Hoosiers. Who would have thought the Hoosiers? B, what were your thoughts? I mean, JTrain has valid points. Those two games, you kind of go in there and I'm gonna be honest, Keith, love you. We're very close part of the family, but I don't know how a Boston native is a fan of a college football all the way at the tail end of the country in Florida. Not Boston College, y'all, but the U.
It has to do with his wife. I think she's an alum there, and I think and she's a huge fan of Miami, and so he got pulled in. Yes.
Yeah, B, what were your thoughts on that game?
Well,
those games, both of those.
I mean, if you look at it, 3 of those games were upsets because, you mentioned Miami upsetting the team down south, and then you mentioned Ole Miss beating Georgia, which was a surprise. That was a surprise to me because Georgia rather handled them handily this season too when they played. So it was kind of in Oregon beating Texas Tech.
Yeah,
that one was a big shock for me too. I thought Texas Tech would come in there and and Bo called that one, by the way, too. He said Oregon was going to win that game. So, but it's like the 3 upsets right there. And don't be coming. Don't come on, be me. Nope. You're going to get the full throttle of this one, bro. Because I'll keep trying to tell people. They keep trying to put Ohio State up there at the top, and they always overrate them. They didn't play anybody this year. Don't tell me Texas.
And again, Fern, you have the link. We are inviting you. We know, you're so busy. You're supposed to be part of the fellas. But again, when my team got swept by JTrain last week, I had to take the screamathon from him when we got swept, and I faced the music. The only time I haven't been here is if I had testing or I was out of town. So I was here, and we got swept by, at the time, the least scoring team in our division. So if I can be here, send it to him, B. He said send him the link.
That's it, A-Train. Take your lumps like a man.
Right.
Lick your paws like Lawson. Lick your paws like Lawson.
We already making new positivity in 2026. All right, so yeah, B. That's really good. I mean, JTrain, you brought up a valid point. This has been a conundrum of coaches throughout this entire season with offensive coordinators, head coaching switch outs, a lot of realignments that we just didn't see coming. And some of those that are important, like you said, Lane Kiffin was the biggest news, but in him leaving, that created a vacancy as well with them. And let's see. So let's go back to the scores, and then we're going to talk about those coaching things while we wait on A-Train to come on here. Number 10 Miami secured a 24-14 victory over number 2 Ohio State. We're going to put a pause in there because we know Fern's got, as many excuses as he has for those Giants who are, I think, have they won a third game yet? It's the last week of the season. They're the same. And I will say, for all you people who are out there talking about J-Lo's divorces, Ohio State winning, and a Pope being elected and all this stuff, and the Panthers going to the playoffs after they open with the Jaguars, I hope that this is not an indication that will not happen. I'm still going to hold out hope for my guys. But let's talk about the Oregon game while Fern gets his fingers ready, because we know it's going to take another one. He's putting on his clown suit and trying to get in the car that JTrain knows he's got. So probably trying to adjust his gloves right now.
That clown do ready.
Right. That scarlet and gray clown suit.
The Orange Bowl, guys, number 5 Oregon, we talked about that a little bit. They demonstrated a defensive masterclass by shutting out Texas Tech 23-0. Unbelievable. I mean, those Ducks were quacking louder than ever. Their ability to basically stifle a traditionally explosive Texas defense, because everybody knows about that, shows that this team has a fundamental shift in their identity. Don't you guys think, Doug? This is a new Oregon team. They just get better every year. Oh, there he is. Put him right on the bottom.
There you go.
Fire with the camera on. Happy New Year.
You can take that hoodie off, dude. I'd be embarrassed if I were you.
So, yeah, B, and to be honest with you, I know you're very embarrassed, but your embarrassment is normal, right? So you guys are just used for that. We, on the other hand, just got disappointed. We, on the other hand,
with all that BS, bro. You got beat by Miami, brother, and you were supposed to go to the championship. Nope. I know Johnny were overrated.
That's all we've been hearing
every season. They don't play nobody. Who you play? You ain't play nobody.
We just came off a chip run. Let's see
what he got to say, y'all. This is an honor for him to be here.
So we can talk about past chips, because we got one.
I want to give you the platform, Fern, because it's an honor that you would make time. I mean, you look amazing. I mean, where are you? Like, we literally don't even see you. You look great, brother.
Yeah, dropped some pounds. I needed it. So
okay, I need to get out there with you.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, man.
I needed it, y'all, badly. But
or were you just stressed out about your teams? You know, between the Giants and Ohio, man, you probably not eating anything. Just drinking a lot, but not eating. Killing your liver.
I'm becoming like JTrain when he made all those guarantees. Remember that year?
Oh, don't try to change the subject, sir.
Yep, no, this is you this time.
Right.
That red is dead right now, brother.
It's like Tupac. All eyes on you, baby. All eyes on you.
Listen,
you got the new Tupac album. It's a Forest CD. This multi-platinum. We're gonna be talking about OSU all year. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna give you a pass. It was an upset. Let's just say this. It was an upset. It was an upset.
You know, they came out and they put pressure on us immediately. That their defensive line, which consists of really two people, which is Ruben Bain and that defensive tackle, you know, they put Sand in a box, and I just don't understand. He can't climb the pocket. He's not a mobile quarterback. I don't even think he wants to be one. Right? There was opportunities where he could have got out of Dodge and created something, and he didn't. Right? Kind of like what the Ole Miss quarterback did last night against Georgia. I mean, that was all him. Right? Sand was a statue back there, and I'm like, there was plenty of opportunities where he could have got 5, 6, maybe even more yard gains when they started the pressure, and he didn't. He just stood there, and he took the hits, and it's strange to me. I'm not sure what that was. I'm not sure what Sam was thinking. And of course, I do go back to our schedule, right? We didn't play as much competition, so we didn't really have a good gauge. So Indiana, and when we faced Indiana and just recently Miami, you know, we saw some defenses that we weren't used to, right? So, you know, we were on that kind of that championship high, was like, you know, we got our 2 wideouts that can beat anybody's back end. You know, we got a running back that can run the ball. And they said, you know what, we're going to watch film. Signetti said it best, you know, when they asked him about Alabama in their past, he says, I only know the guys that's on film. We don't know anything about Alabama in the past. So, you know, kudos to Miami. They watched film. They did what they needed to do. They kind of took their foot off the gas in the second half and allowed us to do what we do, but they finished the game, right? And, you know, as much as it was a disappointment to me, but I'm happy for what we did last year and what we did this year. But now, you know, I don't know if Sane is going to be back. I would love to see Tavian St. Clair at that position because he is a dual threat quarterback. I am interested to see what they do. I'm not sure if you've seen JTrain. We got your wide receiver coach. He just signed with us.
Okay.
Yeah, he just signed with Ohio State. Guys responsible for Malik Neighbors, Justin Jefferson. He's over there now. He took Hartline's position. So
I mean, I get it because Lane Kiffin's got his groups.
Got his crew.
He's got his crew. And hey, I wanted to go back to the Ohio State game. The situation, did the momentum change when Keontae Scott caught that interception right off the bat? I mean, is that where it changed? And
Oh man.
how,
Yeah, go ahead, JTrain.
I was just gonna say, is that where it changed? And going from that position, I mean, like you said, Julian's saying he couldn't really, he couldn't really like he didn't have the momentum on his side, nor did he have the option to do to run. But he hadn't done that all year, though, right? He hasn't
No.
shown any mobility all year. But so why should he have changed it if that wasn't his MO? That's my question.
But that's true. I mean, I'll go back. I'll answer your first question with that interception. I mean, that was all film. He saw that coming. I mean, he jumped that without even looking. If saying if saying fake passes that we got, I think that was Brandon Ennis on the left. We got him wide open. He's taking it home. But saying was just he was very robotic that game. Yeah, that changed the momentum. That was 7 points. That if our kicker makes that field goal and they don't catch that interception, or if they do catch it and they don't score there's an opportunity for us to win that game. So yeah, that was a big change. Saying hasn't faced the defense like that before Indiana. Excuse me, he hasn't faced the defense like that. We know who we played. Texas was it was both the first week. We struggled that game too as well. But and Michigan is going to be Michigan. Shout out to B. But um, we haven't faced the defense like Miami since Indiana. So back to back, he was shell shocked. He was shell shocked since the Indiana game. He didn't have time to get the ball out. He didn't know how to climb the pocket. He didn't know how to scramble, and he hasn't done that. You're right, J Train. So it was kind of a culture shock for him. Um, but that interception really changed the momentum of the game. That took the life out of us right there. I mean, you could see everybody on the sideline was looking confused, like, "Whoa, we haven't been faced
Stoney,
with this all season." You know.
Stoney, I know you want to get to the next step, but just one more question for him. I saw at the beginning of the game or before the game that
No,
Ryan Day noted that.
listen. I don't. I'm so happy Fern is on here. Y'all have at it. We'll get to what we need
So
to get to.
okay, cool. Ryan Day said that he was going to take over play calling, and so
Yeah.
to me that was a bit of a red flag for someone to take over play calling in the playoff game. Why would you do that versus allowing your offensive coordinator to call the games that he's been calling all season? Do you have any idea of that, or why was the change in place?
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast when that did happen. I listen to Giants and Ohio State podcasts all the time. You guys are surprised, right? But anyway, so idealistically, I think one of the reasons the inside source said that Ryan Day took the play calling from Hartline after the Indiana game was because he didn't want Hartline to take a lot of heat, right? Hartline is in a very peculiar position. He's transitioning to the head coach of I forgot what is it South Florida that he's going to?
Yeah, yep.
I believe it is. So when you have a team like a Georgia, Ohio State, or Alabama, you're going to have a lot of guys coming after you. Kind of like with Chip Kelly when we lost to Michigan. I don't think Chip Kelly wanted to come out. He was in he was in a box, and they was like, "Yeah, don't come out of this box until we clear the stand." But he didn't want Hartline for what Hartline has done for us throughout. I mean, Hartline was responsible for a lot, right? And the development of our wide receivers and getting the talent, getting Jeremiah Smith, getting Graham, getting Ennis, and he didn't want him to kind of go out on a low note because we care about Heartline. He said, "Well, you know what? I know that you have a lot of distractions going on, and I know that there's a lot of things going on. Allow me to assist with the play calling and just say I'm going to take it over so that I'll take the blame." And that was a really, really gentleman move from Ryan Day. So again, now that we lost, it doesn't fall on Heartline; it falls on Ryan Day. So that was the rumor going around in Columbus of why he took that play calling from him. It was more so of just a title thing, so he didn't have to face the brunt of the fans. Because trust me, you lose a game like that, you're gonna hear it, right?
Mhm.
You're gonna hear it. And Heartline means a lot to us. He's done so much for the program.
Yeah, he's a pretty good coach.
Yeah, yes.
I think some of the issue with Ohio State was, yeah, you didn't really play any good competition this year, but at the same time, when you played Indiana, I think that's where Miami got their playbook from. because Indiana did a lot of that same stuff that Miami was doing. Now, they didn't have the turnover ratio that Miami did, but they were coming after Sand. And because of the fact that Sand's been the statue in the pocket, you know, they saw that as an opportunity, and Indiana's got a really good defense too. So they just, you know, put 2 and 2 together. So this dude ain't going to move anywhere that much. We're just going to go after him with, you know, with our ears back. And that's basically what Miami, but you got to have the personnel to do that too. And Miami definitely has the personnel to do that. So it was just inevitable what was going to happen at the time. I did have Ohio State winning that game. I didn't see that, but you know, we're talking with Keith, who's a Hurricane fan that's on another show there. He was giving out some pretty good. He said they got to get to the quarterback, and they're going to make him uneasy, and they got to run the ball. 2 things Miami did pretty good against Ohio State. So there you go.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even if you go back to the Texas game, we got chewed up on the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was no contain. It was just straight bull rush. We're going to make Sand uncomfortable, and we're going to, even if he gets the ball out of his hands, we're going to rattle him so he doesn't, you know, throw these long bombs. And it's just weird that, we didn't adjust to that, right? We started to run the ball early, right? And then we went to what everybody expected. Just go balls to Jeremiah, go ball to Garnell Tate. You know, we got big chunk yardage on that, but that comes, you live and you die by that, right? And you gotta chop the field in half, and you gotta take what you can get. And Sand was so shell-shocked back there that he didn't have, even when he had time to get the ball out there, even when he had a chance to run, he didn't do anything. And I'm like, man, this is not the quarterback, you know. And then again, I guess I gotta agree with, you know, I guess that was the level of competition that we played, and having 26 days off as well since the Indiana game. Same thing that Georgia faced. I mean, that was a long time to have off. We almost had a month. It was like a few days away from having a month off.
A whole month.
You know, a whole month. And, you know, I pick Indiana to win. I mean, I don't think Indiana's playing with a chip on their shoulder. You know, they're coming in with nobody can beat us. It's going to be hard to beat a team like that. Really hard. I don't think
that was going to be my next question for you, sir. Now that you're sitting on the couch, from your vantage point,
he's laying on the couch between the Giants and Ohio. He's not sitting no more. He's under the couch.
He can't lay on the couch because I'm already on the damn couch. So
no. He's
the couch is on top of him like the house on the Wicked Witch of the East. He's
laying on Sigmund Freud's couch. He's going through all the questions and everything right now. He's trying to figure out what's going on in life. How come this happened? Look, I was just going to ask you about Indiana. Do you? What is the point? What do you think of Indiana? Like you just said, they got a chip on their shoulder. Do you think that it's theirs to lose right now? I mean, this year, are they the national champions going forward?
Yeah, JTrain, man. I mean, that's all Signetti, man. I like that guy. I mean, I know they're not really our rivals, but kind of in a sense, but man, they are playing like dogs. And these are guys that are like, man, these are guys that came in that were 4 stars, 3-star guys. But that all goes to leadership, right? If you can get a coach that comes in and can believe in you and fire you up and get you going, man, but so far you can go. That's like a Cinderella story in a sense. They're not playing around. I think when you come to play them, you're going to have to bring your A game. And one thing I can pat us on the back for was, you know, we was a field goal away from beating those guys, really, to be honest with you. So I can say, I can't hang my hat on that, but the way they're playing now, they're going to put more so of fear. They're playing like dogs with their back against the wall. They have nothing to lose. And they're out there playing free.
They were the perennial underdogs. The perennial underdogs.
Yes. All that crap that
What's up,
Michael.
CJ? Happy New Year.
CJ. How far the mighty have fallen. I mean, who would have thought Alabama would be stuck to 3 points by Indiana?
All of the big teams. All of the big teams were eliminated except for Oregon, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio
No,
State,
man.
the with the
Well,
tiny
let's
C's
put it to
now. It's not even the anymore. It's just the tiny.
let's put it to a little bit to a thing
It's
though.
the. It's the Ohio State.
Alabama shouldn't have been in there in the first place. To tell you
No,
the
they
truth.
shouldn't
I think
have.
Notre Dame should have. But I don't think Notre Dame would have beat Indiana either, to tell you the
No.
truth. So
No.
I've
I
watched
think
a
it would
lot
have
of
been a better
Indiana
game.
games.
It would have been a better game with Notre Dame.
They would have been a
Let's
better.
just put it
They
that
would
way.
have scored.
Yeah.
They would have
Yeah.
scored more than
They
3
would have
points.
scored. They would have scored for sure, man. I'm high on Indiana. I hope they win it all. I know Michael Irvin is going to be on the sideline doing his buffoonery. But I
Oh
tell you
my
what,
goodness.
he's gonna
The
pay
comments
for it.
about him and Blow were ridiculous. He looked like an
Man.
overcooked turkey when he took his belt off.
This cat
My
is
man is
crazy.
not. He's not on coke. I think. Look,
Somebody
You sure,
said he
Mike.
probably smoked a boulder of coke.
I don't think so.
A boulder.
A boulder.
A brick.
That's what
Look,
I
I
thought.
think
Somebody commented that.
Yeah.
Mike has always been exuberant. He's had a history of drug issues. Let's put it that way. But Mike is a guy. Let's just say, people who have addictive personalities, they switch one addiction for another. And I think his addiction is God and football. And that's where he's putting his I mean, he's got issues in his personal family, right? His wife's got
His wife
dementia.
is, she's sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things going on with Mike.
That's right.
I think he don't really care about what people are saying about him. Mike is just happy, and especially this is a good thing for him. Miami's winning. I mean, some good things going on in his life, and he's had issues with his job, at losing his job on the NFL
Wasn't he the one
Network.
with the hotel issues like last Super Bowl or
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Maybe that's why.
it
If his wife was having dementia, she wouldn't know anyway. I guess that's what he thought about. Maybe he was just lonely.
That's so wrong.
Did you guys?
I don't
have
mean
you
it
guys
like
heard-
that. I knew you would laugh, B. I don't mean it like
That's
that.
crazy. Have you guys heard the rumor that Ed Reed called him and told him to kind of chill out on the sideline, like stop making it about him?
I mean, I think a
he
few
said he
people
got a
out there.
conversation with him. Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
And I think some of it is over the top. I'll be honest with you. I mean, he had a belt spanking the OSU T-shirt on the water bottle.
What a clown.
Oh, you would say that. You would say that. You would say that.
Hey,
You would
same
be
thing at
cheered
Texas
on.
Hey, and first of all, Ed Reed
Yes.
calling
How about what a clown?
Yeah.
Michael
Irvin. I'm like, dude, where the hell you at? This is your alumni. You're supposed to be down here too. Stop calling people. You come down here. How about that?
He told him. The rumor is he called him and told him, let's make it about the current players and not about you, right? Like, take it easy.
I mean, it's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
wow.
It's fair, but at the same time, I'm glad that Michael is having fun, and I'm glad they're winning. I'm glad they're winning. And I'm sorry at your expense, JTrain. I know you had to watch all of the
buffoonery.
You're the one with the clown nose, sir.
I think the bulk of what we're seeing is because there's just been so many coaching changes. I mean, it started with Michigan Wolverines and the whole Coach Moore thing, but then LSU, when they brought in, they're doing a major reset because after having the embarrassing loss that they had against Texas A&M, they fired Brian Kelly mid-season, owing him a buyout in excess of $50 million. The subsequent move brought Lane Kiffin in, and Lane, of course, left from Ole Miss for LSU, and Ole Miss is still in the playoffs. It's like a major shift as far as the SEC hierarchy, guys. I mean, we're looking at LSU's willingness to pay such a huge amount to get out of that contract. It shows that they're ready to rebuild and get where they need to be, despite the financial pressures that came along with that. And then Ole Miss promoted their defensive coordinator, Pete Golding, in his place. And that was a move that was intended to provide some type of stability and continuity for the team, not even realizing how deep they would be in the playoff run. And then you got your wide-scale staff realignments across the Power 4 teams with North Carolina. Bill Belichick, as horrible as a season he's had as a college coach, he's now bringing in Bobby Petrino, Arkansas's former head coach as his offensive coordinator to help out. This move is going to suggest a strategic move for Belichick, basically trying to bring a dynasty to Carolina as he did in the NFL. And then you got to look at the dismissal of Bill Napier from the Gators. They hired Tulane's head coach, John Sumrall. So when you look at all these movers and shakers or less than shakers that are being moved up, there's no wonder that we see what we saw in the playoffs right now. It's just so many moving pieces that you don't realize until you sit there and bring it all together. And you're like, this is why.
So I see that when you mentioned Bobby Petrino, that I didn't realize that hire was made by North Carolina. And look, having girlfriends on the sideline is a great thing now. I mean, Bobby Petrino won't have to be caught on his motorbike with his girlfriend. He could be on the sideline with his girlfriend now because Bill Belichick does that. You know, he set the precedence for allow him to do that. But I mean, it's just interesting with all the changes that are going on, like you said, Sonja, with all the head coaches. In regards to the Lane Kiffin Ole Miss situation, Ole Miss should be grateful because he allowed his whole coaching staff to go back and coach. He didn't have to do that because now, because LSU is still in the middle of trying to get players, signed, and they're getting the portal just opened today, and I know you're going to talk about that. And so coaches are going to, you're going to need all your coaches to. I mean, it's crazy because the portal has over 4,000 players in it right now. 4,000 players in the transfer portal, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I will plug in also JTrain. The USF actually had Brian Hartline, the renowned wide receiver developer from Ohio State. They hired him as their new coach there to replace Alex Golesh. Yeah. So I think that may be the thing when Alex went to Auburn. That's another thing that we're plugging in. Like we already talked about the Wolverines. They were the big news with Sharon Moore. Then, of course, Kiffin. Like all of you guys on here, I don't really have a college team. I support the Dogs, but all of y'all on here have had major coaching changes with your organizations, and it reflects now that we are on the crux of the CFP.
Yeah, I mean, I like Golesh. I've always liked Golesh. I think he's going to be successful at. I think he went to Auburn, if I'm not mistaken. I think Golesh is going to be. He's going to be successful.
Auburn.
Auburn. Yeah. I mean, when you have those type of changes, especially with LSU. I mean, Kiffin going to LSU was a big move, right? I don't know, JTrain. You guys got an opportunity to really kind of load up on guys. I know one of the guys that used to play for our Park where I coached at, Deuce. He kind of held off when Brian Kelly left, and then he signed with LSU. Deuce Gerald's, and he said, he just wanted to know. He wanted to get a feeling of who was coming, and if Kiffin was the guy that was coming, then he said, "I'm going." I think Ryan Day knew about the move for the wide receiver coach that you guys had that was coming to Ohio State. And I think that's how we won Chris Henry Jr. back over. He probably told him, hey, listen, we're working to get this guy. There's a 92% chance we're going to get him. If that's the case, I need you to go ahead and sign. And, so whenever players are committed to a school, really early, I know we have a ton of commits. I know Michigan has a ton of commits. I don't get happy. I wait. I'm like, okay, hopefully it'll stick. You know what I'm saying? Because there's anything that could change. Next thing you know, your 5-star wide receiver, out of IMG, he's going somewhere else. I mean, same thing with you guys. Your quarterback that went to Michigan, JTrain, he was supposed to come to LSU, and he ended up switching to Michigan because they were, what's the guy
putting
from
out
Oracle?
the paper? Yeah,
the guy from Oracle. His wife is a young Asian girl, but she's an alum from Michigan. And she said, I'm just tired of them losing. Let's throw whatever money we need to throw to them. And then you got a billionaire, and a husband, he can give Michigan whatever type of money they need. So, I don't get excited when I hear 5-stars switch in and come in and commit in Ohio State. I'm like, let's see how long it'll stick.
The two of the bigger transfers come from North Carolina State. That program has seen significant opt-outs from key starters such as defensive tackle Brandon Cleveland, tight end Justin Jolly, and quarterback Devin Marshall, complicating their preparation for this Gasparilla Bowl. But not only that, Washington State saw almost their whole team exit, including their quarterback, a whole bunch of offensive starters, wide receivers, like their entire starting lineup for Washington State has all declared at the conclusion of their season because they're done anyway. So like you guys said, I mean, Cincinnati, also another team, the Bearcats facing major personnel crisis ahead of their upcoming matchup. These teams still have some type of bowls or what have you going on. And Brendan Sorsby has entered the transfer portal and is not going to play their starting quarterback. So you got that. You got multiple Samaj Jones.
They already played.
Everybody, yes. Brady Lichtenberg. I mean, these are big names that we have been looking for, and they are now entering the transfer portal, guys.
And you are right. Brendan Sorsby is the number one player in the transfer portal. I mean, he threw for 2,800 yards, 27 TDs, 5 interceptions, and 500 plus yards rushing. And he's leaving that school. He didn't. They played in the bowl game against Navy. They got shellacked, but it was minus Brendan Sorsby tonight. And LSU is on his watch between LSU and Texas A&M, I believe. I think those are the two front running teams that are vying for his services. Because right now,
transfer portal.
Well, I was going to say right now, Trinidad Chambliss is for LSU is someone that they want to get, but unfortunately for him and Ole Miss and in LSU, he has no eligibility right now. As of right now, he's trying to get a waiver. I think he seek legal counsel to get a waiver to saying that he played 6 years, but one of those seasons he had it out of the 6 years. I mean, before the 6 years, he had a freshman red shirt. Then he played 6 years, but one of those 6 years he actually didn't play. It was at Ferris State, and I believe they're trying to say that it was a medical issue, some kind of bronchial issue, asthmatic issue, and if it shows, but Ferris State didn't want to sign off on that. But if it shows that he has that issue, that issue, then they'll waive one more and allow him one more season. But he's gearing up for like I think LSU is offering him like 3.8 to 4 million for the season if they can get him. But the only issue is they're still playing right now, and the transfer portal closes on the 16th. So you can put your name into the portal, and which he has yet to do. But I think he has no. I don't think he can right now because he's not eligible, so he can't put his name into the portal. So it's a big deal. Let
me ask you about this, B. So everyone's talking about the transfer portal, all these depleted teams. There is a proliferation of not just the transfer portal, but also the prioritization of the NFL draft that's coming up. And then teams that have these academic progress rates now, that's also factored in. APR, looking at their grades and things like that. And it's the impact of teams that are 5-7 in the postseason are 5-7 because it's due to a shortage of 6-win programs and the use of this academic process that they have in place. And several 5-7 teams were invited to bowl games, including Rice, Appalachian State, Mississippi State Rice. Those are some of the examples. And they accepted the invitation even to the Armed Forces Bowl after Kansas State declined and incurred a $500,000 fine, $500,000 fine for declining this after the postseason bid. This is a phenomenon that has led to a debate regarding these 5-7 teams and those who basically happily accept it as opposed to demonstrate a higher level of competitive desire opposed to those teams that just are dealing with high opt-out rates. What are your thoughts on that? Because are these teams that are just like, hey, we have nothing else to do, or our record is so bad because we're struggling to find players to take the field regardless?
Well, this is kind of like what the society is right now. I mean, everybody gets a participation trophy. I can't deal with all these bowl games for the teams that don't deserve to be in a bowl. It's just
Agreed.
ridiculous.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The 12 playoff games and maybe a couple of bowls thereafter. But other than that, this is way too many bowl games with way too many insignificant teams playing in them. And I hate to say that, but it is what it is. Somebody needs to come out there and face that. And then on top of this, the whole college is just all screwed up right now because they haven't got regulations and laws in place for the NIL, the transfer portal, this coaching situation. It's all it's like a bomb just being dropped in the middle of everything and confusing the whole situation. And it's not good for college football. And they have to realize that, and they have to start making changes to it so that people will watch it more. Teams will be more involved in it. It's just it's a mess. It's a
B,
mess.
you mean teams aren't looking forward to playing in the Duke's Mayo Bowl and the Pop
Your
Tart Bowl?
favorite one? Bowl, yeah. The
or B
Marshmallow Man Bowl.
or for B and JTrain, the toilet bowl.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, okay.
There's the guy who
Gotcha.
just got flushed on national TV.
Right. Yeah, at least we saved our embarrassment for the bowl game and nobody watched and watched your game. But yeah, it's all right. I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
I think the bowl games, in my opinion, I think some of them, and most players even opt out from playing them. All of a sudden, they get an injury or they got to go have a procedure done. I hate to see it. I think Division II schools should have their own playoffs, like Nick Saban had said, and then you have the power conferences that should have their playoffs. If anything, add a few more slots to that playoff list and cancel the bowl games out and let those guys compete. I mean, think about it. Miami was not about to get in. And now that they're in, look what they're doing. So my thing is, it has to be like you said, B. They have to do a better job of managing this whole system and just get an understanding of what needs to be done. Because these bowl games, I mean, I just kind of watched Rice get slaughtered by, what was it, North Texas or something like that,
Mhm.
or Texas State or something. I mean, come on,
Texas.
that's uncalled for,
well, you
right?
barely know the damn school is playing in a bowl.
Yeah,
That's the
come on,
problem.
man. Like, come on. I'm
Uh,
sitting there punishing myself because that's the only thing on, right?
by the way, guys, sorry I had a power outage and I still have like part of my
Uh-oh.
stuff is out. So I'm calling in on my phone. Can you guys see and hear me?
Oh yeah, you're
Yes.
great
Without a
Oh,
now.
yeah.
doubt, yeah.
You're good. Sound better,
Okay.
actually. Yeah.
Uh-oh. One of your
Oh.
wires.
Your phone sound better. It sounds
Oh,
clear.
that's what everybody said. All
Yeah.
right. So hopefully I look cute too. But anyway, all right. So
Obviously.
now, not this late. Hey
See, you
Nathan,
got
hi.
mine.
Okay, yeah, I see. Okay, so listen, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and segue without my notes now that my system went down on me. I'm gonna have to just go off the top of my head. Hey, sometimes that's the best. Let's go ahead and segue into the NFL as we have some time here. Of course, tomorrow's kicking off a big day. NFL flex games last week of those teams that will decide the number one seed between Seattle and San Francisco, and who will get the number one position for the NFC South, that final coveted spot amongst us in the dumpster league that we have in our division. But we are actually, I can't really say that because everybody on this platform, um, you know, okay, there's that. All right. So anyway, like our division's not as bad as some divisions, like the NFC least. That's my new favorite
Oh, I knew it
phrase
was coming to me.
from JTrain, the NFC least. I love it. But anyway, of course, so this is my caveat. Okay, so let me just put it out here now for Falcon fans that are watching.
Oh boy.
We made sure that we had a little bit of insurance in case the Saints improved, and they did. We knew that this was going to come once they put Shuck out there. We said, ah, shucks, and it happened. They got the broom out, they swept, they mopped up behind us both games at home and in New Orleans. So, with that being said, that made us start sliding down the pole like a broke stripper. And to say the least, here we are now vying Atlanta will be tied with us should they sweep, well, not sweep, but should they win against the Saints in the season finale. But Panthers fans are not banking on that. We need to go ahead and take care of Tampa Bay tomorrow in Tampa Bay. Shout out to Pink Fan Fur for that hyped up reel. Girl, that reel was everything. And thank you for everything you've done for us in 25 and 24. She and a carload of people, they sent me a video. They're on their way to Tampa down there. So should the Panthers win tomorrow, it's a wrap. Should the Falcons win on Sunday and the Panthers not win, it's still the Panthers for the taking. So we got enough, we've been gifted, honestly, JTrain, because it looks like we keep finding ways to still hang in there. No matter what, we had 3 ways. So if you include Sunday's game, that's 4 ways. Panther fans, we have no excuse to not win this division. First time since 2015. And the only thing that really bothers me, guys, is we have to immediately turn around and play the loser of the Seattle and San Francisco game, which we just played both of them last week and the week before, and they're both in the playoffs regardless. We're just playing them because they're going to be no longer the number 1 seed. So to me, that's terrifying because it's on the road, and we saw what both of those teams did. We've already taken on San Francisco away, and it just looked bad. And they turned up the heat against Chicago last week. I was just like, that game was lit. That was the best game I had watched all season. And Sam Darnold, I mean, they talked about his stats and how he has now become the only NFL player with 13 wins for each team that he has played for. I was trying to think back, when did he get 13 wins with the Panthers? But they said 5 teams that he got 13 wins with. So I'll digress and let y'all give me thoughts. Of course, my heart says the Panthers are going to win. There's no reason why we should not win against Tampa Bay, especially because of how they've been playing. But nonetheless, Panthers, do not let us be letting Falcon fans say that they did anything for us, okay? Get this win tomorrow and get this win in the wild card round 1, and let's go ahead and advance. 10 years is too long to be out of playoff contentions. It's our 10th year.
Since I'm the other person on the panel that's in this division, I'll go next.
Thank you.
Yes, I will say I had a name for our division. Like I call, I mean, and I didn't come up with that. I just heard it before in regards to the NFC least. But we can call ours, instead of the NFC South, you can call us the NFC Flush, because the teams right now are flushed down the toilet right now.
The NFC hell.
Yep. But I concur with everything that you just said, Sonja, in regards to the NFC South. I think that you have to go out, as if you're Carolina, you have to go and win the game. Win the game and you're in. You don't even have to depend on New Orleans or Atlanta to beat New Orleans. Just win the game. And I think it's going to happen. I'm going to make my prediction here. I'm going to predict Carolina to win, because it's just Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been on a severe spiral, and they're just going down, whether it's the quarterback not having
6 out of 8 games.
The quarterback not having good, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a divisional game, but I still think Carolina has the makings. You're right there. You're on the cusp. You got to just take it. You got to take it. And you play who is ever in front of you, and who's coming. And they're coming, and they'll come to will they come to Atlanta? Yeah, they're gonna. Come to Carolina, right? If you win the game, you got your first game is a home game.
We gotta go to Tampa. We already had them in Carolina.
No. I'm saying if you win this game and you get into the playoffs, you're gonna have a home game. So who knows what happens?
The first round.
Yes, it is.
Oh, for real?
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're a division winner. If you're a division winner, that's a home game.
I thought so, but they said because San Francisco and Seattle have a better record than
they would have to travel. They would have to travel.
All you're doing is playing the team that loses that one. That's all. But you're playing at home.
Yes,
you're playing at home.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Lord.
So any division team in the first wild card, they get a home game. Any division winner. So it's really on you guys to win Saturday, because if you win, I mean you're in, and Everything's on you. Everything's on you. And I think Atlanta has a better shot of winning anyway, because Chris Olave is out. He had a blood clot in his lung,
Damn.
and he's doing better. He's doing better. I mean, it happens. I mean, that's another thing something we should discuss. Why all these young players are getting blood clots,
Yep.
Yeah,
all of a
yeah.
sudden.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about
And so,
TJ Watt, who suffered a punctured lung at a Falcons arrow getting acupuncture, and he's expected to be back for the still. I mean, that talk about a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There was
Tyrod
another
Taylor
so
player
did it
that
all over again.
Tyrod Taylor. Yep, sure was. Yep.
So what's you guys is okay, so thank you, JTrain, for your vote of confidence. Fern, what's your thoughts? I mean, I don't think you've had an opportunity to sit on our platform and talk about NFL. I mean, we saw you with your camera off, but we haven't had
Okay.
you on here. Here we are, Fern. Week
Ah.
18, the finale. And even if, and it would crush me, even if tomorrow night my team is not the champs. We have won way more than 3 games, and we would still finish at 8-9 on the season. And I'm okay with that because that's better than 5-12 last year. And the previous year we had only won 2 games. Now, what team that's in the NFC that has gone downward instead of upward is the New York Giants? But let's go. Let's get your thoughts on the Panthers game. I'll just hold that for another time.
Well, Sonya, my good sister, I'm gonna tell you what I feel. First off, with the Panthers, the NFC South as a whole, J Train tricked me last week. He told me to go watch the highlights, and the Saints were getting better and all this good stuff, and only to realize they played the Titans. I said
Oh yeah,
I said this guy,
34
I
to
said this
26.
I said, J Train is something else. I just clicked it off. I said, yeah, I don't, yeah, okay. But back to you, sis. the, Car- the Carolina
I'm
Panthers.
waiting on them to come my way.
I'm going to leave the Lions alone right now, and I'm going to go to the other kitty cats. The
Oh,
Carolina
honey, we are
Panthers.
grown cats. We are not kids right now.
The Carolina Panthers, I'll be honest, if you guys win tomorrow, like I said in the chat before me and you got in our squabble, I did say I think you guys deserve to talk your crap. I mean, it's been a while. I know the feeling. I know it all too well with my
How long ago
Giants.
was it? You were
It's
like
been a
you
while.
were like 6 years old.
No, I was
You were just learning
Now
how
you're
to say
just
your
now you're
name.
just putting peanut butter on the bread there, Sonya. Come on.
I was an
Oh,
adult
A
when
Train,
we
don't
won the
be
last
modest.
quarter.
Don't be modest. Or don't lie on this panel. You talk crap even when your team is crap. So
Thank you.
let's just.
We
As you
will
should.
start
As
putting
you should.
screenshots up as backdrops.
Okay. So with that being said, I think the Panthers, I think that stadium is going to be rocking if they was to win a game because it's been a long time since they've been in that position. And when it's been such a long time, you want to get a taste and you got that taste of what used to be or what you had, you get excited. Because I would be excited right now. I'll be wearing all blue right now if my Giants is going to the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I got on
Um
Panthers colors. See my little
I
jumper?
I know
Teal.
you have every right to be excited. I think the Panthers will win this game. I think momentum is on their side. But God forbid if they lose, sis, it's going to be a kind of a tough time for you in the chat. I'm gonna be honest with
Not
you.
really, because
So
I
you
think we
gotta,
still.
so you're
I've
gonna
already
have
put
to
that
win.
disclaimer out there. I said we won more than 3 or 4 games, and so if anyone has not won as much as I have or close to it, there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say.
But
You'll
between me
probably
and
just
Kev,
disappear. That's why you're here tonight. So thank God for that.
between me and Kev, we'll make sure to show you some brotherly love.
Oh, Kevin is
So
just he's a non-factor.
but
B, what's your thoughts on that game before we start talking about the other games here?
I
mhm,
know one thing. Carolina better win that game
yep.
because you don't want to go into the playoffs backing in because another team got you in there. And you don't want to go in at 8-9. Come on.
No, of
Going
course
there
not.
at 9-8, have some pride about yourself. I mean, Carolina, they basically did what we were talked about earlier, Sonia. I know you had these outrageous projections for
12
Carolina, but that's you're a
games.
fan.
Not
But
outrageous.
anyway, the point of the matter is I said they're going to either finish 9-8 or 10-7, somewhere around that corner, and that's what they can do. They can do that, and I don't know. See, the NFC West is a strong and powerful conference right now. I just don't think anybody. Would you rather have a pissed off Seattle team coming to you or a pissed off San Francisco team coming to you? That's the thing. These teams they're not messing around in that conference. I mean, in that division. I'm telling you right now. Cardinals are the only ones like, hey, because they suck. Yeah. But anyway, those three teams up there, they're not playing around. Now, the best case scenario for you could have been LA going there because they've already lost there. But
Seattle, not only that, we played Seattle and the game was tied at halftime, y'all.
Yeah, but what was the end of the score, though?
I don't remember. Okay. It was
anyway.
So but that's what I'm saying. They don't finish their games. They don't finish their games. That was an ugly game.
Yeah, they didn't finish because Seattle decided to say, you know what?
We're going to play
stuff. Yeah. We're playing now. And this is what they do anyway. Seattle does this every now and then. They go play a game. They don't play. They did that against Atlanta, as a matter of fact. Atlanta played them tough for a half, and then the next half it was like
blow them away.
We saw some money.
We flew the rest of the team. We flew the rest of the team in. So
Raheem gave Sean McVay a wad of money on the sideline. So.
Yeah, that's what the Rams
used to know him. That was like, come on. I know the Falcons ain't good at the beat, but Bijan did have a explosive game. I love Bijan. There's a reason why he's on the intro of one of my songs. When him and Bryce were drafted, I love Bijan Robinson.
Bijan's a dog. He's a dog. He's a good player.
He's a dog.
Okay, so but I don't want
together.
I don't want to see neither one of them in Carolina. I mean, we already had Seattle. I guess I'd rather see San Francisco come to Carolina. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. It's causing my anxiety to kick off.
Just take one game at a time and think about tomorrow. Win tomorrow and focus on the following game once you win.
I'm telling y'all now, if it turns out bad, I'm going to be like, hey, guys, I'm not under the weather. I need, can you guys put it down for me?
No, the hell you ain't.
Because you remember being a couple of weeks ago, I was like, you don't want to be on our schedule. You better hope you don't show up in the postseason. Remember I was talking all that? Well, so there's that.
You just hope that nobody in San Francisco, or at least the players, are watching these podcasts.
Jeez, listen. So speaking of that game, who you guys think's gonna advance to the number 1 seed between those two teams?
That's a tough one.
San Fran, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Seattle? Ooh. I'm gonna go with San Fran. They look.
Me too. I'm gonna go with San Fran.
Yeah, they won't lose. They're resilient. Yeah, Seattle does. Yeah,
they got that deep. The only thing that's and they play better on the road. Seattle does.
Yeah,
than they do at home. They've had more road wins. I don't think they've lost a road game yet, as a matter of fact. So they've won all their road games, and they've only lost 3 or 4 of their home games. So
there you go, Sonja. You don't want to see Seattle then.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We already seen them at home. We don't want to see them.
So your best bet.
JTrain keep throwing shade.
What did he say?
I just said you don't want to see either one, sis. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't. I'm telling y'all, it's really I'm so ready to talk about them and not the Panthers.
Hold on. You need to have confidence. And if you're there, I mean, you can't be sitting here on the fence biting your fingernails. You need to be out sharpening your fingernails.
No, I'm
coming at you and giving you the best.
I'm sharpening them, but I've seen both them teams within the last 3 weeks. Is what I'm saying. It was very recent.
Tell them, see me again. That's what you got to tell them. See me again.
There's fandom and then there's reality. That's the
yes, exactly.
I was telling somebody before. I said even if the Lions snuck in the playoffs, nobody from the NFC North is going to win that. Is going to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. They're
not the Bears.
They're not. Philadelphia's not going.
Yeah, we know that.
I'm sorry if Carolina win. I know they're going to win, so I'm not going to say Carolina's not going. And
But what if we
going,
do?
Eagles
But what
ain't
if
going.
what
It's
if
gonna be
what will
1 of them 3 teams.
happen? What will happen if Carolina does the next thing you know we the NFC? Honey, none of y'all will show up for the
I'll
show.
tell you. I'll
None
tell
of
you what
y'all will
happens,
show
Well,
up for
sis.
the show.
I
I'll tell
always
you
show
what
up
pigs
for the
will
happens.
show, but
fly.
that ain't gonna happen.
Pigs,
So
pigs will fly and hell will freeze over. Those things actually will occur.
I'll wake up in the
I'm
morning
on
because I
Jesus
know
every
it
will
was
be
a
show.
back.
dream. I'll wake up in the
I'm
morning.
on
I knew it
every
was a dream.
show.
I'll wake up.
As
Dang,
a
that
matter of
was a
fact, I
dream.
produce most of them. Yes, I'm on every show.
Yeah, I'll be like, B,
I'm
can you
not
just
going nowhere.
do the show, B?
The
All
Giants
right,
did it.
so you guys cannot decide. We're split on San Francisco versus Seattle. Me and Fern are saying San Fran, and you two are
No,
saying Seattle. Yeah, because they're where is this game anyway? I can't remember. My notes are
It's in
gone.
San Francisco.
it's at San Fran.
Oh, I
Yeah,
just
well, that's
got
in
my notes back
Seattle.
up, guys. My notes just came back up. Great. All right, so yeah, it's in San Francisco.
Yep.
That's gonna be a big game. That's for the NFC West Championship.
And the
However,
#1 seed.
San Francisco is dealing. Both teams have significant offensive line injuries. Seattle's left tackle Charles Cross has been ruled out with a hamstring injury, and his
Dang.
backup Josh Jones is listed as questionable with knee and ankle injuries. I mean, this is the time of season everybody's hurt. For the 49ers, All-Pro tackle Trent Williams did not practice due to a hamstring injury and is questionable. As is
Okay.
star tight end George Kittle, still battling ankle injuries. Marquee NFL matchups that will continue on with Sunday as well. We already talked about the big showdown for the NFC South with the Falcons and Saints. JTrain, I'm sure you have your Saints taking that game. Do you not?
I'm not sure. Look, Shuck has been on a tear, and he's vying for rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year, and it's legit because when you watch him, he pops off the screen. He is legit taking second and third string quarterbacks, unlike Jackson Dart,
What did you do?
and elevating and
What did I
and
do?
ele- and
Wow.
elevating them.
What
Wow.
did I
And
do? I didn't do anything.
uh,
I was taking
Wow.
shots.
that's exactly what Jackson didn't do shit. Oops, excuse me.
He's just darting. He's getting darts everywhere. He's darting
I
out of
didn't.
there.
I didn't say anything. I'm just taking shots. What's going on?
No, it's your body language, sir. You're shaking your head, everything. But look, I would have given New Orleans a shot if Chris Olave was playing. He was also on a tear too, and so he won't be playing this game. They still got the other guys. They got Juwan Johnson, who's also playing at an elite level at tight end. But the running back, Audric Estime, had 95 yards last week. I mean, and this guy, if you look at him, what he did in Notre Dame, and he had his 2023, he had 1,300 yards. I didn't realize he was that good. He kind of reminds me of Mark Ingram, and he's like he's a bruiser, man. But he got a little deceptive speed as well. So we got an opportunity, but I just think Atlanta's going to win the game. I'm going to give Atlanta maybe a win by because it's still NFC South, maybe about 7 or 10.
Oh, you think 7 or 10? And the game is in Atlanta.
Yep.
So Buzzards fans probably gonna be turning up since they just beat the Rams. They riding high right now. So they'll all show up for the finale. Let's talk about the AFC a little bit. Of course, B and Fern, what are y'all's thoughts about the Falcons and Saints game? I'm gonna go with the Saints because I just feel like they're still gonna get it done.
I don't know. It's not a game that I'm gonna particularly be
We just
interested in.
want your pick. Okay. We don't need all that, Fern. I knew you were gonna throw something out there.
I'm gonna go with the Falcons because my guy Olave is not playing. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons winning it. It'll probably be a fight, but honestly, no. I want to see Show. I want to see him. I haven't been really paying attention, to be honest with you, JTrain, but I do think he's a pretty solid quarterback. I
You
keep
mean
hearing
Tyler
his name.
Shuck?
Shuck. That's what his name. Show or Shuck?
It's
Yeah,
Shuck.
It's Shuck.
It's Shuck.
But
Okay.
a lot of people say show because they even in the media they say
It's
show
a GA.
because they
It's Show. Okay.
but it's Shuck.
He said it.
Oh, but it's
He
Shuck.
said it,
Oh, but it's Shuck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's Shuck. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm interested
Remember
to
that?
see.
Remember that song I sent you? We getting shucked tonight. We getting shucked tonight.
Yeah, I
Getting
did.
shucked
Shout out to
tonight.
Gunna.
That's so
Yeah.
cheesy. That's so cheesy. And for that reason, I'm gonna take the Falcons because that was cheesy. No, let's. I want to see.
Close
I want to
game.
see what Shuck does. I think it'll be a close game. They always come down to the wire. Falcons Saints.
3
It's a
points.
rival. No matter what, it's gonna come down. Yeah, it's gonna come down to the wire.
B, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this is a difficult game. Even though it's for nothing really, but it's a difficult game. I mean, we're playing a not game either, so but it doesn't make a difference. But you just mentioned something that has me worried about Atlanta, Sonja. They beat the Rams and they're on the high, and this is where Raheem Morris's teams fail.
Yep.
Because then they'll come into the next game and get their behinds handed to them. And I
That's
think
true.
this is the reason why I'm going to kind of go with New Orleans on this, even without Chris Olave, because I just think it's going to be and that's going to be the game.
Yep.
Black Monday comes. That's the first name you're going to hear, Raheem Morris.
Yep. They've been
What I
waiting
will
to hear about
say-
it since week 3.
What I will say about the New Orleans Saints is that Brandon Staley has his defense as a top 10 defense right now. They are top 10. And another Ohio State player has stepped up to the plate. That is Chase Young. Chase Young is that snatch when he snatched that ball from Cam Ward and took it off and ran back into the end zone. That's the guy that everybody was looking for when he got drafted. That was nasty.
That was
Did you see
nasty.
the picture when he was going by? Somebody took the picture and he was looking right at
Yeah,
the camera.
and he looked at the camera.
that was
Trust me, I
nasty.
put that into our feed. I put that picture into our feed. Yeah. So I think defensive and the old man, Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan's got 9.5 sacks this season.
I'm sick of him.
At
I wish
36.
he would go ahead and retire. I can't stand him. Oh, I can't stand him.
Him and Cam Hayward, they the old men of the league, and they're still getting it done.
Yeah.
Still getting it done.
His mama got the commercial where they say he smelled like hot dog water. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Yeah, she got him out there doing
That's a funny ass
Downy
commercial.
commercial.
That's hilarious. That's
All right,
hilarious.
so of course we've played on the NFC a little bit. Let's plug in these AFC people, even though we really don't care right now. Colts and Texans game. That's for the Texans playoff seeding. That's going to kick off Sunday at 1:00. And then the Dolphins and Patriots. Dolphins have been playing devil's advocate to a lot of big teams this year. Patriots have gotten the number 1 seed, basically the race to the number 1 seed. The Broncos right behind them. So this could go to either one of those teams right now between the Patriots and the Broncos. I mean, JTrain, how shocked are you that Sean Payton this is his 3rd season with the Broncos and they're already in the playoffs for the first time since the Panthers were there, same year, 2015. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I would love nothing more than for a rematch with those bastards. And it would just be epic that we would be there like no one would see it coming. But I'm going to put it out there because if that happens, everybody right now, hashtag this, get tired of me. Get tired of me. But how big is it though that Sean Payton has rebuilt that franchise in 3 years?
I'm not surprised. I mean, when he first made his introduction to New Orleans, they went 10-6. Obviously, the draft was probably one of their best drafts outside of 2017. Reggie Bush was in that draft, and they went 10-6 and went to the NFC Championship against Chicago. You know, I mean, in their first season there. So, and expectations were high through the roof after that. And so, him making a decision to jettison Russell Wilson was a surprise. Well, it wasn't a surprise, but it was just like, okay, with all that money, that's what made it surprising. And he had a plan. I mean, obviously he got the GM position as well. So he knows what he's doing and what he wants. And so again, I'm not surprised at all. And I'm kudos to them, hats off to them. If they lose this game, you mentioned the Patriots. The Patriots win and the Broncos lose Sunday. Then the Patriots get the number 1 seed. And for the Broncos, they need to beat the Chargers, and they need a New England loss and a Jags loss to get the number 1 seed.
And the Ravens are playing the Steelers for a North winner take all as well. So you got to a lot of people's stuff is
Yeah.
on the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Denver's in the number one spot right now. All they really got to do is just win. That's all they got to do. That's all they have to go and play the Chargers and just go and win. Doesn't make a difference what New England does, even if they win against, who are they playing? Miami Dolphins. Oh God, poor Miami.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's the same thing for the Chargers. Chargers aren't starting Bobby Aber. They ain't starting Justin Herbert at quarterback. So I mean, they're sitting him down. So obviously they feel they have their playoff locked in there, so they don't care. So I'd see Denver running away with that one too. So I don't think anybody's taking that number one spot but Denver. Unfortunately, there's not going to be too much of a fight for that one. But to your point,
they got to be the Chargers. Yeah, they got to be the Chargers.
Yeah,
I don't know how easy that is.
Yeah, well, they ain't going to beat them with the quarterback that they have in Justin Herbert's play. That's so. You sit your starting quarterback down. I mean, that's telling you right there.
Justin not playing. Justin's not playing
because they already got their playoff seed locked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, and kudos
and they can't beat Denver. So I mean, they can't beat Denver, take a number one seed because they messed up and lost to Houston. So Houston shattered their dreams. So
and kudos to Phillip Rivers for retiring a second time. He's officially retired again. He'll be back in 5 years. He'll be back at the age of 49, guys. Look for him to be 50 and sign him back up to do what he does best. Probably have 4 grandchildren then, and the other 10 that he already has. Some quick NBA news before we hop off of here, because we will be segueing into the NBA as that season ramps up here. As we have a small lull and break once these seeds are taking place tomorrow for the NFL playoffs and the playoff pictures are more secured. Teams are struggling to accommodate larger salaries. We're halfway through the NBA. There's a quiet trade deadline going on right now. Trade market, I should say, against restrictive natures of collective bargaining agreements with the CBA. Teams are struggling to accommodate the larger salaries under the new luxury tax aprons that came out, leading many executives to predict that February 5th, the day after your girl's birthday, is the trade deadline will be uneventful, setting the stage for a crazy summer in 2026. Amongst those headlines, guys, trade rumors, of course, Trae Young with the Atlanta Hawks has been talked about, but even bigger than that, Anthony Davis, guys. The Dallas Mavericks interim front office is reportedly open to exploring market for several players, including the 10-time All-Star Anthony Davis. His contract is $54.1 million right now, and he has a desire for a near max extension, which will limit the bidding to 3 Eastern Conference teams, which would be those teams that would be basically bidding on him. They got Giannis' name mixed in with those as well. And even bringing along Kyrie Irving and Cooper Flag, all of those names have been mixed in with these tradings. Now, the Eastern Conference teams would be Detroit, Toronto, Atlanta, and of course, when you mix in the new Mavericks owner, Patrick Dumont, is reportedly hesitant to move Davis until the team sees him play alongside Kyrie Irving. So, of course, Irving is still out recovering from this torn ACL. So a lot still in the play. And this is just a preview for what we got coming up in the weeks to come, guys. Your thoughts as we get ready to close out.
So the apron is a big deal. It's a big deal. I mean, this is what the players and a collective bargaining agreement and the owners agreed upon. This just destroys dynasties now. It's going to be hard for any team to have a dynasty like Golden State. The last dynasty that we saw was Golden State. You're not going to see that anymore because when you look at what happened to Boston, the unfortunate injury to Jason Tatum, but you thought that, I mean, if you're looking at, okay, 3 of those guys got paid, 2 of those guys in the 300 million range. Mm-hmm. You can't sustain that for like 2 or 3 years. I mean, at max, because once you start getting past that luxury tax, you start getting penalized. After you get to that second apron, if you're in that second apron and you're still there with all that money and you're above the salary cap and you're above the tax line, you're going to start looking at forfeiture first round draft picks, inability to trade. A lot of that stuff is occurring. So that's why you're saying these guys, I agree with you, and that's just what's going to happen. A lot of these guys are going to start getting jettisoned to other teams because they can't just afford to keep them. And Anthony Davis, I mean, he gets hurt when he runs out for an intro. When they call his name, he can't sustain any type of good health.
He
probably
get hurt
tying his
going to check
shoelaces.
his mailbox at home.
Oh man, he trips off the toilet after taking a dump. I mean, it just it just hit his head on the sink. I don't know. He's never. I mean, he could play. Anthony Davis, when he's healthy, he's an unstoppable force. But his Achilles heel is literally that. It's an Achilles heel and elbow, knee, everything else. It's something that's always going on to where he can't stay healthy. So yes, I would get. I mean, I get what the owner is saying. You would like to see both those guys play together. But when I heard this trade, again, I'm still going to go back and say the Lakers won that trade because you sent Anthony Davis to go play with Kyrie Irving, and both these guys that have injury history, and you took their star player and for a first round draft pick. And one pretty much an older player and Christie, and I thought the Lakers still won that trade.
Yeah, it's like a nursing home.
I'm telling you one thing right now. They can say all they want. The Pistons, no, Pistons ain't trying to do that. That's a downgrade. Why would they do that? They have a youthful team right now. They're doing whether the top of the Eastern Conference. They don't need no help with that like that. If anybody they trade for is the Greek Freak. I mean, he gets injured a lot too, but he's one of those teams. Pistons are one of the teams that Milwaukee's trying to get trades for because we have picks. The Pistons have picks, so they can give it to them, and you can give them a couple of players too. I'd rather see that. Not really, but I'd rather see that than have. Hell no, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
I will quit watching the Pistons if they trade. I will quit watching the Pistons for real.
You guys make a good point, and I want to ask Fern about the new non-Thibodeau era. But before I get there, JTrain, what are the Pelicans gonna do with Zion Williamson? I mean, we see him get injured every season. His name should be thrown in the hat as far as getting him out of there and save up some of that cap that you guys have.
He's not a Pelican.
Well, first of all, New Orleans is going to bar him from every restaurant and fast food restaurant in the city and keep him down there from eating himself into a situation
and
where he
put him on them shots, them Ozempic or something.
I think he may have been on that this year. I think he may have been on that.
Helping?
Say it again.
It didn't help him. I seen people get little on social media.
No, he's in better shape now, but I think the biggest thing is he's another one like Anthony Davis. He just can't stay healthy. Wow. Mind you, they lost their last game. I think last night or the night before last, but he's putting the points up. He's putting the points up. And
okay.
He's still scoring, and he's just you're on pins and needles wondering if he's going to get hurt. And I love Jeremiah Fears there, and I love Derek Queen. The rookies there, I mean, they're adding to the mix there. So it's going to be a matter of, again, the question about whether he can stay healthy because he plays well with them. They're all playing well together. It's just something's missing. I'm not a fan of Jordan Poole being there. I think
that's so weird for me.
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
Say it again.
I said, am I missing something? JTrain's not a Pelican fan, sis. How does he know all about this? He never talked about the Pelicans with.
Well, he's from New Orleans, so I'm just asking him.
Sonja, hold on, let me stop right there. Sonja, I feel comfortable talking to you about the Pelicans. I don't feel comfortable talking to this one down here about them. The person that's from New York is not a New York fan.
Right.
That's
is not a Nets.
Huh?
Nets.
I asked him about the Knicks. My bad.
No, hold on. Before the Nets even came out, let's give some context here. He wasn't a fan of the Knicks then either. Before the Nets came, so let's not even go there. He wasn't a Brooklyn Nets fan because Brooklyn didn't have a team.
JTrain, he's desperate because he hasn't won.
Look what he's wearing now. Look what he's wearing now.
He has not won. What was it? 1990 that the Giants won a ring.
JTrain, when's the last time you been to Ohio? JTrain, when's the last time you been to Ohio?
Teams in New York. So
he went last year to a game.
I went to the Texas game this year.
He went last year too.
Yeah, this year. No, I mean before that, sir.
Oh, never.
God, it's been a while. I went
He
to the
just
Oregon
bought the
game 3
ticket
years
just to
ago.
say he supported them one time. He ain't never went there before. He ain't even been to Ohio.
I've been to the Oregon game. I went to the Oregon game 3 years ago when we
Oh, that
lost.
was a good game. I bet. Oh, yeah,
That
yeah.
was.
You flew and went to that game?
I went to that game. Yeah,
Where
absolutely.
was it at?
It was at
Disappointment
Ohio
just
State.
follows you.
Oh, look, he said he better start by he needed to get his receipts together, JTrain. So he started going to some of the games. But trust me, he was so high in the stadium you could see Jesus' feet. His seats was real high.
For the Oregon game, I was. I was for real.
He was all the way up in
You,
the skybox for
But I can
real.
understand his allegiance to Ohio State because New York really doesn't have a college that you could say is.
Oh
You know,
wow.
Rutgers, Syracuse, something like that.
Yeah, Syracuse. Yeah, I mean Syracuse is a basketball team.
yeah, but the basketball team is where you're like, what? You're not a Knicks fan?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
And
I'm
you
not.
say that
I
asked
was
about
never.
Thibodeau.
I grew
not
up
really
a Bulls fan. I grew up a
Yeah.
Bulls fan. And when I was living in New York, I grew up a Bulls fan. I was a diehard Bulls fan.
Oh, that must have
Yes.
went over real well in New York
Yeah.
when you were living there.
What? That's why they ran him out of there. That's why he in the South now.
That's the real reason why he's in Atlanta.
All right, guys.
running straight to Atlanta in his Jordans.
Right. They looking for him now. They got his posters all over convenience stores.
Hey, Sonja, I wanted to highlight or talk about the collective bargaining agreement. When
Yeah.
JTrain said there'll be no more super teams, he brought up Golden State. I think Miami and Cleveland and the Lakers, they had the most super teams. So it's really good to see that that's not going to happen anymore, right? Those days are over from what Miami and Cleveland and the Lakers have done. That we won't see that anymore. So I'm happy to see that, that's not going to happen. Because you had more, those guys were super teams, the Heat, when they had Bosh and Wade and the other guys, and not even the Bulls. And then the Lakers when they had him and Anthony Davis, and the Cavs when they had Kyrie Irving, J.R. Smith, all those guys. Those were super teams, and you won't see that anymore. So I'm happy for that.
So he's happy only because he's throwing shots at LeBron James.
Yeah.
And
because
let me stop right
had
there.
those same people, but they just didn't do nothing with it.
Yes, exactly. Let's go back. Super teams didn't start in this era.
Kyrie Irving.
They started way back in the 80s when you had Bird versus Magic. Those were super teams, sir. Come on. Those are super teams. And they had these players on the team that like Kareem. I mean, come on, man. Teams that had multiple Hall of Famers on it. Those are super teams that win championships. And I think that's what saved basketball too when they had that.
No.
Come on, man. The Lakers, exactly.
Nobodies.
I was a Piston fan back then.
He was. I'm not gonna lie.
A fan with every team.
JTrain knows me and JTrain. This was years ago when the Lakers.
He's searching.
JTrain couldn't take it because he hated it. He hated the Pistons. He hated their guts.
No, I did not.
Of one reason. And me and him would have it out all the time.
Said they hated their guts.
I was a big.
That's not true.
Fan.
He's making stuff up.
Listen, Fern got a stack of bandwagon applications in his house right now.
I'm kind of iffy on that one with you there, Fern, because he likes Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, exactly. Let me tell him. Let me tell him. I think he doesn't like LeBron James, and that's what that is. And so,
I don't. Like
let me finish it. Yes, but I was during that series. During that series, because me and Fern used to work near each other, and we worked in the same building. And so he would come to me and look at me with disgust, and I'm like, "What?" Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch that game 5 when they played that night. I ended up catching the highlights. And he was disgusted. He was totally disgusted. This is when LeBron James scored 25 points straight in the fourth quarter. And I was sad I missed it, but I loved the fact because I wanted this dude to eat his words. He was just bragging and saying that they're going to beat them because he knew I love LeBron James. And so that's the year LeBron was 23 years old, took a group of bums and went straight to the finals.
Wow.
I mean, you're the one. I've never seen anybody that has LeBron James rent free in their head all the time. This is the person
B,
right down here.
B, B. This was
Along with, I
almost.
told you guys, he got a stack of bandwagoner applications at his house too for any
Damn.
team that's winning. He just gonna
I
start
B.
filling
call
them
him
out.
A Train. I call him A Train, but his nickname is Vagabond because he hops on everybody's bandwagon and travels to every
Yep.
team that will go against LeBron. He would travel. I mean, he will follow every team.
On
B.
If
Spirit
LeBron,
Airline. On Spirit.
yes, he
J
going. I
Train
mean,
hated Detroit. J Train
that's
hated
not
the
true.
Pistons, B. And
That
I'm
is
telling
not
you,
true.
He
he had a
taking the
pure
mega bus.
disgust.
He taking the mega bus for a week across the
No,
country
he
to
ain't
go see
taking
a
the mega
game.
bus. I used to send. I sent the meme where the dude was on the train, a hobo hanging onto the train with his stick and a knapsack on the stick.
Look, I guarantee
Carpetbagger.
you right now. I guarantee you right
Straight up
now when
carpetbagger.
I
Uh-huh.
guarantee you right now when Carolina wins tomorrow night, he probably already filled out the paperwork to try to be a Panthers fan. Anybody that's got a chance, he gonna fill it
That
out.
one, Tony. I don't know about that one, Sonya.
No, not
I
that
think he
one.
has his limitations, but yeah.
Well,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
because he doesn't talk so much junk, and when you text something or email it, that's forever. Like, be
Uh,
careful who you sending it to, because folks screenshot everything. Guys, this has been fun. Thanks for hanging out extra time with me tonight. Especially with it being the first one. Fern, thanks for making us, part of your plans tonight. You were part of the original Friday with the Fellas, and Fern, I want to give you a shout out because you were my first guest when I first started doing these
I love it.
shows. I
I
will
love
never
it.
forget. You were the first person I ever interviewed, and you are the reason why I decided to continue having guests on, because I realized how much more fun it was than just sitting there reading notes and talking to the audience and waiting on comments. So thank you, brother. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to
Anytime.
you, coming and getting some condolences again, because you're gonna need them for next season too. B, J Train, any final thoughts, guys?
Yes. Who the Giants playing? Fern,
Cowboys.
get your Force
I
win.
thought they had already forfeited their season. I thought they just forfeited them all. I didn't even know they were playing nobody. They beat the Raiders last week. I found out.
Second pick. We
I
trying
picked
to
them to
hold that
pick
second pick.
everybody was picking
Does
the Raiders.
your sweatshirt have front pockets in the front?
It does.
Does it have it had clown nose sitting up in there somewhere? So you can
Clint.
go ahead and grab it, put it on.
And what you say, B? What you say, B?
Oh man.
Hey, you know what? All of us, Sonya, you're the only one out of us that really can say anything. Really.
Yup.
Now, hopefully,
But
we
I'm gonna
got
tell
this.
you something. Do not back your ass in this playoffs, because if you back your ass up in these playoffs, I'm gonna be talking shit. Because
Oh,
Yeah,
nah,
you're
we
gonna be in
we
trouble,
here.
Sonya.
you
You're
can't
gonna
be
be in
backing your
trouble.
butt in the playoffs.
Nah, we
Yeah.
coming hard. Let me tell you something. I'm just trying to be humble with reality, but the real me knows I've been guessing Panthers for every single game this year. I didn't care what people said. Every game in my fantasy, Panthers. Even last year, the year before, we only won 2 games. We are going all the way, and like I told all of y'all, if you ain't on our schedule, be glad you ain't on the rest of the schedule, because we running into everybody in the postseason. And guess what? I'll see everybody at the NFC Championship. Now you heard it
Oh
here
boy.
first.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
you heard it here
Whoa.
first.
Like you
Come
You
said,
on,
heard
do
it
you
here
sis.
want me to?
first.
Do you want me to? Next week, when they bow out against San Francisco or Seattle, do you want me to hold your calls and stuff like that?
Now
just
you go ahead. Matter of fact, what you
start
can
doing
do,
production and stuff.
is when this show wraps up, save this clip and make sure you have it already playing as the intro, because people gonna know I said it here first.
I'm gonna have it
A-Train, what's
played
that
as an
facial
intro.
expression?
I'm gonna have it played as an intro when y'all get there. Trust me.
I
A-Train, what's
see
that
y'all.
facial expression there?
I see y'all at the NFC Championship for 2026. This year.
A-Train got a facial expression that says he begs to differ.
Well, we talking about A-Train, who ran down to New Orleans and tried the second line over there on Bourbon Street, only to get shipped up out of there, honey. They had him all. He went down there on Delta and left on Frontier, honey. They got him up out of there. They got him up
That was
out of
a
there. He took a one-way because he didn't know when he was gonna leave. Honey, he
that was
got
a
up out of
terrible
there.
place. That was a terrible place. I couldn't wait to get out of there.
I was there 2 weeks ago, and I love New Orleans.
I can't stand it.
Wow.
I'm glad.
Especially when you
I hate
lose
that it
there,
went.
sir. Right? Yes,
But you went
exactly.
down there. You went down there and you went to the restaurants. They said they seen you at all the catering places.
I did. I
Damn.
was. I was. I was at like 4 restaurants.
Eating up the people food, but then talking junk about them and they cooking.
Oh
All right,
man, I
guys,
was.
this was so much fun. We wish everybody the best of blessings in 2026. We will replay this at 2 a.m. So if you're still up and you caught us a little bit late, tune in for all the fun. JTrain B Striller will be in the morning with Jack Hirsch. Jack, almost 90 years old now, in the morning with the Great
Wow.
Debate Show. Now that this is a new year,
Whoa.
and then on Sunday morning, join us all again. I may get up in time enough. I did last week, even though I was a little late. For the first Sunday of the year, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., we're going to have all the post game highlights from tomorrow's games and the preview for the season coming up. If when we win, I'm gonna be up there ready to brag. So there's that. But guys, thank you guys so much for the likes, loves, shares, and with that, we'll bid you guys a good night, and we'll see you soon.
All right, fellas. All right. See you
All
guys.
Good night.
right, peace
All right.
out.
Good night.
Peace.